I don't bite my tongue for anybody and I call things the way that I see it. As far as I'm concerned, all cryptocurrencies are a Ponzi scheme. I don't really care what you think about what I have to say. If you don't believe it, that's your problem. But ultimately, as far as I'm concerned, based on the very basic dynamics of what a Ponzi scheme, a pyramid scheme, however you want to call it, all cryptocurrency is a Ponzi scheme. So, first of all, most people don't understand what a Ponzi scheme is. Basically, what a Ponzi scheme is it's any scheme that is designed in order to bring in new investment by promising investors higher returns as time goes on. So what it shows right here is that you have at the very beginning, you have a schemer that promises investors a return on investment for each month that their money is invested in his firm. New investors at the second level, investors receives money on the first money. News started to spread and recruitment follows. So basically what ends up happening is the schemer usually is going to end up paying returns to just enough people so that he holds on to a large percentage of the money, but these people who he's paid off returns to believe in the system and they go out and they try to recruit other people into the system. On the third level, you see right here, investment has been successful in the first few months. This convinces more investors to place their money into the system. But ultimately, at the very end, when the funding runs out, the scheme is ultimately going to collapse. So, what does this mean? This means that I can make a cryptocurrency. If I were to run my own blockchain, no different than Dogecoin, if I were to make my own cryptocurrency, I could name it anything. Like, for instance, what if I wanted to make a cryptocurrency called Thoughtcoin? For all of these girls on Instagram, for instance, who are showing themselves and flashing themselves. We'll call it Thoughtcoin, right? So if I wanted to make my own cryptocurrency called Thoughtcoin, we could claim, okay, what we're going to do is Thoughtcoin is going to be used to make payments on Instagram and TikTok and all these other places where girls are flashing themselves off, right? We'll call it Thoughtcoin, Thot, Thoughtcoin. I think this is a great idea, in fact. So now what I would do is I would put the technology together, maybe make a nice picture for Thoughtcoin, and then I would start getting people interested in investing in Thoughtcoin. And I would start putting out fake ads and fake gurus on YouTube in order to trick people to invest in my Thoughtcoin, right? Once Thoughtcoin's market capitalization starts to grow, people, strangely enough, believe in it. Like, for example, when you look at the entire cryptocurrency market, there are, I think at this point, there's like thousands of different cryptocurrencies. Now, the top something, or rather the top 100 of most of these things you never even heard of. Now, if you can get people to invest in all this bullshit, Nano, Swiss Borg, Flow, like we don't know, nobody. The reason why these things don't mean anything to you when you hear them is simply because they haven't been advertised to you. Look, there's 100 on just one page. Dent? What the hell is Dent? What the hell is that? So the bottom line is, as far as I'm concerned, all of these things are Ponzi schemes. Now, one of the newest Ponzi schemes is Dogecoin. We all know, because no matter where you look it up, Dogecoin, they tell you right up front, Dogecoin was started as a joke. It was an internet meme that suddenly, somehow they were able to get a lot of people to invest in it and it became real. Right now, Dogecoin has a market cap of 35, almost 36 trillion. However, as you'll notice, the price of Dogecoin has decreased from its 0.3 cent or 0.4 cent. It had gone up as high as 0.40. But right now it's at 0.27. As you can see, it decreased 10.82. Now, why is this significant? It's significant because of all the times that Dogecoin was supposed to ramp up in value, now was the time. It was called Doge Day, 420. That was yesterday. Dogecoin's major price increase. Is it a worthwhile investment? Now, the problem that I see is that you have the mainstream media literally indoctrinating people to believe in this bullshit. The cryptocurrency blockchains, the technology that it's based on, while that technology may have merit, these cryptocurrencies themselves have none. There's a lot of people who believe all of that conspiracy theory rhetoric about the US dollar about to collapse. But what they don't seem to understand is if the US dollar collapses, so does the cryptocurrency market. First of all, there ain't nobody in their mind, in their damn right mind, trying to buy Dogecoin. What they're trying to do is they're trying to put their US dollars into a speculative asset for the value of the speculative asset to rise, hopefully, so that they later can cash out more than they put in. So what does the Ponzi scheme behind this look like? Well, you have a bunch of Dogecoin buyers who got in back in 2017 or 2016, and they bought it when it was 0.00 whatever. So they got in when it was less than a fraction of a penny. In fact, here's the chart right here. If you had gotten in 2015, it was 0.00015, right? The value had started to escalate once we got to about 2018 because that's when Bitcoin saw its first major high. It approached 19,000 and then 20,000, but it fell back and it didn't reapproach that up until, whoa, what do you know? 2020 is when Bitcoin started to reapproach that high and then started to skyrocket. All of these things skyrocketed at the same time. Why? Well, because the government started printing out welfare checks and sending out stim checks to everybody. Now, I'm fairly certain that the mass media, the internet, mass media, and the government are working together on this. Because what they want to do is they want to take those stimulus checks and instead of allowing those checks to get out on the market and increase the cost of goods and increase the cost of living, what they're trying to do is they're trying to force people to put those stimulus checks into a place where they will do no harm. Putting them into the cryptocurrency market does almost no harm to the actual real market on the street. When you go to the store, if everybody walks into the store with $1,200 because of a welfare check, then that means that now they have so much purchasing power that they can literally buy most of the store out. Like, for instance, a dollar store, Family Dollar, Dollar General. If you walk into one of those places with $1,200 and you're determined to spend it on goods, your chances are you're going to clean out the shelves, especially if there's 10 or 20 people all doing this. Now imagine if you have 30 or 40 or 100 people doing this. Yeah, the store's going to get cleaned out. Tricking these people into parking these welfare checks into cryptocurrency allows this money to quietly disappear, keeps it off of the actual market, and makes it so that inflation does not result. People are seeing prices increase right now because of all these welfare checks the government's printing. You're seeing gas prices rise. Oh, Biden is the reason the gas price is going up. He canceled the pipeline. He made the gas price go up. No, the reason why the gas prices are going up is number one, during coronavirus, people were staying home, not driving, and the demand was lower. Number two, once the quarantine started to ending and the economy started to open back up, now more people are driving, so they need more gas. The demand has gone up. Number three, because of the stimulus checks, it allows more people to afford to buy full tanks of gas. Some people out there may take their stimulus check and say, you know what, I'm going to do nothing with this except buy gas with it or buy oil. Maybe they have oil tanks in their house. For instance, one of my houses requires an oil refill. Oil for me is $600, I believe it is. After you run low on the tank, it's about $600. There's some people who save their stimulus check, and that's 2 oil tanks for them. There's some people who use it to buy gas to get back and forth to their shitty job. There's some people who took those stimulus checks and bought used cars. There's some people who took those stimulus checks and bought new cars. Bottom line is, by allowing people to believe that all they got to do is roll their money into the crypto market, what they're doing is they're getting those checks off of the mass market and reducing the inflation that normally would have hit store shelves. Now, I've never heard anybody say that before. Why? I have a mind that works in very different ways than the people who sit in front of fucking MSNBC and CNN and Fox News. All three of those channels are working together. I don't care if you're a Republican or Democrat, you're both idiots. You're the left wing, the right wing are both wings on the exact same bird. The hard part is to convince these morons that one side is worse than the other. The hard part is to convince these morons that one side is better than the other. It's two wings, left wing and right wing, on the same fucking bird. You sit in front of these televisions, you let them program you with this shit. I don't. I look at it from the outside and say, you know what? All of these people are full of shit. And I see where the scam is. This is a big scam. Dogecoin is a huge scam. Bitcoin is a huger scam. It's a much, much bigger, more pronounced scam. Now, here's the thing that I love. The YouTube gurus, all of these fake-ass Forex traders, these people, they come out in mass. They come out when Bitcoin goes up. What causes Bitcoin to go up? Well, they convince somebody else to put money into the scam. They got Elon Musk to put $1.5 billion into the scam. They got a bunch of other companies to put money into the scam. They have a bunch of drug dealers putting their money in because they're going to use it for money laundering. They have a bunch of people who want to evade taxes putting their money in because they want to evade taxes. Unfortunately for them, now more and more of these cryptocurrency digital wallets, they call, like for instance, if you're stupid enough to think that you're going to put money into PayPal and you're going to transfer money with PayPal and that the government's not going to know about it, I have a bridge to sell you, okay? First of all, if you're putting money into this shit, government knows all about it. Sooner or later, they're going to hit you with that IRS bill and you're fucked. And there's nothing you're going to be able to do about it. Bitcoin is right now 53,000, and from what I'm seeing, they're saying that the support for Bitcoin is about 50,000. It's in between 50,000 and 52,000. I heard 52,000, but I'm going to say it's 50,000. They're saying the support for Bitcoin is around 52,000. Here's the problem with Bitcoin. Number one, it's so difficult to mine that most people, regular average day amateurs, they're not mining Bitcoin anymore. What they're doing is they're focusing on mining Ethereum. Because if you set up a coin miner right now, Ethereum is actually easier to mine. And as you'll notice, Ethereum is hitting its all-time highs. I have friends who bought Ethereum. I talk to them regularly. They bought Ethereum back when Ethereum was $50. I have family members who bought Ethereum under $100. So right now, they have a small amount of their, what is it called? Their investment portfolio, I guess you could call it that, where they hold Ethereum less than $100. I have friends who bought Ripple back when Ripple was 0.008 or something like that, and they were really excited just to see Ripple hit $1 for the first time years ago. Because keep in mind, Ripple is not at its all-time high. Ripple, for one, a lot of companies have been buying Ripple because it's easy for them to transfer money. But Ripple's all-time high was back in 2018. So even now, Ripple is going up, but the SEC has been slowing Ripple down with their motions. And some people are so, certain that Ripple is going to beat the SEC that they've been buying into it, which has caused Ripple's price to double. But even with the double of its price, it still has not hit its all-time high, which was $3.41. Ripple is still very low. What you don't remember, or what wasn't advertised, was how many people lost a lot of money in Ripple. I mean, you think about it. In order for it to get this high to $3.40, a lot of people invested in this shit. They saw that money decrease by half. Right now, it's $1.28. It was $3.40 something. They lost a lot of money. And in between this time period, most of them dumped their Ripple because they lost faith in it. Now, once you get up to 2020, that's when you see the SEC attack Ripple and put a cease and desist on Coinbase from selling it. Even Robinhood doesn't sell Ripple. I personally have already said Robinhood and Coinbase fucked themselves up by ceasing and desist the sell of Ripple and Dogecoin on Coinbase. Coinbase got rid of both. Robinhood allowed you to sell and buy Dogecoin, but it got rid of Ripple. Had this not happened, chances are the Ripple value might be a lot higher, and chances are the Dogecoin value might be a lot higher. Because here's the thing, most people who are trading on Coinbase, they would have easily put a lot of money in Dogecoin simply because of what's called index bias. Index bias is when people say, oh, you know what? I want to get as much as I can for as little money as possible. So I explained it in a different video. You have some stores that sell boar's head meat, and then you have some stores that sell some fake-ass chopped-up horse that came from Colombia. Now, boar's head is expensive. If you want to buy boar's head meat, you're going to pay $5, $7 a pound, right? Maybe even half a pound. But if you want to buy that fake-ass chopped-up horse that came from Colombia, oh, well, you can buy maybe 2 or 3 pounds of that for the same price that you'd pay for 1 pound of boar's head meat. But you got to understand, it's quality versus quantity. Some people are like, you know what? I think instead of having boar's head, I'm going to feed my whole family by buying that chopped up horse that came from Colombia. That's called index bias. Some people are like, you know what? If I buy Bitcoin, I got $1,000. If I buy Bitcoin, I can't even buy 155. Well, I can't buy like any Bitcoin. I can buy a little bit, but not much. However, if I take that $1,000, I can buy like thousands of Dogecoin. I can buy 3,000 Dogecoin with $1,000 or something like that. But if I put it into Bitcoin, I can't buy that much. It's called index bias. It's quality versus quantity. So my bottom line is, this is a Ponzi scheme. This whole cryptocurrency shit is a Ponzi scheme. It's funny that so many people believe in cryptocurrency, and yet these are the same people who found themselves deep into credit card debt. I have no credit card debt. I maintain a 0 credit card debt balance across all my credit cards. I have an 850 credit score, but I have no credit card debt. I use my credit card to buy stuff, and then I pay it right off. Why? Because a long time ago, I learned that credit is basically unlimited supply, high demand, and it's extremely profitable because they're ripping me off as the consumer. They're charging me late fees. They're charging me transaction fees. They're charging me finance charges. So when I use my credit cards, I use it only if I know that I can make money back on it. Now, here's the problem. If you put money in the bank, you're losing purchasing power because over time, the cost of printing this money at the Fed is taking away your purchasing power. It's causing inflation in prices of goods and services. And your money, if you keep it in the bank, can buy less goods and services. So what do most people do? They say, okay, I'm going to put my money in the stock market. My constant message to you is, if you want a solid investment, is to put your money into dividend-paying stock. I've showed you my dividend-paying stock list. I haven't changed it much. I haven't added any new stock to it from what I know. But when you buy any stock that pays a regular dividend annually, and it's in a company that you can trust, Apple, Microsoft, GE, you've seen my list. I have a very big list. Specifically Sunoco, BP, Exxon, oil companies, energy companies that are already diversified. That's where you're going to make your real money. Now, what you're looking for, some of you, especially you younger audience who is dumb, and you're the people who are being sucked out of your money right now. You're trying to get rich quick. Face it. What you're trying to do is you think that, oh yeah, I'm going to put $100 into Dogecoin and I'm going to be a millionaire from Dogecoin. Guess what, motherfucker? It ain't going to happen. Not now. If you would put that hundreds or something dollars into Dogecoin back when it was 0.008, oh yeah, you might have $1 million right now, and then, watch about close to 30% of that disappear to the IRS. However, the time for that is over. Now, does that mean that it's impossible? Well, in order for Dogecoin to make you a millionaire at this point, especially when it's at 0.27, what you basically need to double your money is for Dogecoin to double from 0.27 to close to 50 cents. Then, in order to be a millionaire, you literally need Dogecoin to go to $1,000. What are the chances of Dogecoin going to $1,000? It's really, 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 really low. It's really low. Now, could it happen? If you want to hold on to these things that you've put your money into for the next, I don't know, 5 or 6 years, well, maybe it could happen. I don't know. It could. But what bothers me is these internet gurus who jump onto YouTube and they're making all these big high profile videos. They got the big Bitcoin spinning in the background for the slaves to see that and marvel at it. They got the Bitcoin action in the background. They got pictures of memes in the background. A lot of these people, to go back, a lot of those people are the basic guy on the Ponzi scheme. They are the schemer. There's more than one of them, but they are the schemer. Their value only increases as more people put money in. Right now, they are down to 53,000 per Bitcoin. Not even 54. They're down to 53, 55, 51. For anybody who bought Bitcoin above 55, right now they are down, and they don't know if it's going to exceed back to 60,000. The smart thing to do would be, if it does get back to 60,000, to sell out of that shit. But here's the problem. You have to take a look at this market. Right now is, what is this, April. We are facing an end of moratoriums on rent. We're facing an end of moratoriums on mortgages. What are those called? Forbearances. We're facing student loans. Even Elizabeth Warren came out and said, yeah, guess what? The government can't afford to pay this shit off. Even she said it. She came out and said it like this week. Student loans, mortgage, foreclosures, forbearance. Very few people are going to get rich with cryptocurrency. Very, very, very few people are going to get rich with cryptocurrency. You may not get rich at all. But what I can say is, if you're making solid, steady investments into dividend-paying stock, it's possible that in the future, you may be able to at least be able to pad a retirement for yourself above and beyond your pension. You might be able to make enough money so that when you actually need money, you'll be able to pull out money based on the capital gains. You might actually, just like I demonstrated, I took $5,000 and I put it into the market, and I did it when it was at its very, very lows, and I was able to turn that $5,000 into $22,000, give or take the daily fluctuations of a couple of $100. Now, that's not the only investment opportunity. There will be other investment opportunities. But I'm here to tell you right now, cryptocurrency is not a safe investment opportunity. Anybody who tells you it is a liar. Cryptocurrency is far too volatile. It's being traded all over the world 24/7 because everybody's got a cell phone. The belief is that a lot of people who have no access to banks are going to end up trading all of their money or spending all of their money using cryptocurrency. That, we don't know if that's actually going to happen. That's a speculation, but I'll tell you right now, there are countries that started banning the trade. Like, for instance, Turkey bans crypto. India, see, this Turkey is just one. You should be doing this research. India bans crypto. They were trying to do their best to pass resolutions. Look at this. One day ago, crypto investors get a shock as India drafts bill to ban digital currency. So this is what's going on in India right now. You're not going to hear about anybody talking about this if you're listening to these regular people on YouTube who are fake Forex traders and fake crypto gurus. You're not going to hear this from them. You're not going to hear this from them because the last thing they want you thinking is that it's not a safe investment. This is not a safe investment. The word volatility is going to keep coming up. So, India is about to ban this shit. They're not going to let anything threaten the rupee, period. The Indian rupee. They're not going to let crypto threaten the Indian rupee. Most big governments are not going to allow this simply because of two things: money laundering and tax evasion. They're not going to let it happen. Now, America, I'm pretty sure, is suckering people into spending up these goddamn stimulus checks. I believe that after the last stimulus check is printed, that's when they're going to make their moves. Because you already know the IRS. In fact, wait, I look it up. IRS on crypto in the news. They're getting ready to tighten their grip. Look at this. Look at this. IRS warning. Your tax refund could be delayed if you mess up on the new cryptocurrency question. So they literally have fucking questions where if you try to lie on this shit, you're going to get hit with audits and penalties. So let's see. What's the question look like? When was the last time you heard a crypto guru or one of these fake ass Forex traders telling you about this shit? The last thing they want you thinking is about what's about to happen to this market. But I'm forward looking. I'm forward looking just like the regular free market. We look forward. We're not focused on this quick money bullshit. We're focused on long term. 10 years from now, I'm going to be bragging about the money that I made today. Forward looking. So what we got here? What was this? The Internal Revenue Service, IRS. Now I want you to notice THEIRS. You know what that spells? It spells theirs. Your money is theirs. You get it? THEIRS. Theirs. Your money is theirs. Your money is theirs. Your money. I gotta say it 3 times because people don't learn shit unless you say it 3 times. Your money is theirs. Added a question about cryptocurrency on 1040 tax forms for 2020, asking taxpayers if they've received, sold, sent, exchanged, or otherwise acquired any financial interest in any virtual currency during the past year. Note, you don't have to answer yes to that question if you only purchased crypto in 2020. Well, see, I already did my taxes, so they can't fuck me this year. They'll have to try to fuck me next year. But I already did my taxes, so shame on the rest of you. Now the agency is reminding taxpayers to make sure they answer the new cryptocurrency question correctly. Otherwise, they could see a delay in their tax refunds. In an update Wednesday, the IRS listed a number of common errors that can cause such delays, including, not reporting all of your taxable income, entering a name or social security number incorrectly, which chances are you won't do that, entering the wrong filing status, chances are you won't do that. I mean, if you're married, you know what you're supposed to do. If you don't do it, you're going to get audited. Answering the virtual currency question incorrectly, mailing returns to the wrong address, entering bank accounts and routing number. Okay, yeah, this is bullshit right here because most people aren't going to fuck that up. My CPA asks me for a blank check, and I give him a blank check, and he takes that check and he uses that to give me my direct deposit. So anyway, the IRS maintains that most refunds are received within 21 days. Blah, blah, blah. However, as many early filers learned this year, figuring out this is all unnecessary. All of which is a way of saying, if you dabble in crypto, make sure you answer the crypto question correctly. According to federal law, digital currencies such as Bitcoin and Litecoin are considered property and therefore subject to capital gains tax. Whether or not you'll owe taxes on them depends on a number of factors, which you can learn more about on the IRS's page. Well, what they got for me? What do you got for them, Bob? Well, we already know what virtual currency is, so I'm not going to do that. What is virtual and crypto aren't the same thing, by the way. So if you really care about what they are, look into the differences of them. But the IRS got it right there. The IRS, theirs. They got it right on their website, so you can learn the difference between virtual and crypto. I'm just looking for anything that they got here where I know it's going to screw you out of money. But basically, long story short, what the IRS was doing was they're making it so you have to keep very meticulous records of your cryptocurrency purchases. Because if you don't, they're going to audit you and they're going to demand that you make payments on gains. the sad thing is a lot of people, they get gains and then they start spending the money immediately, which means that they're going to end up in the booty house for the IRS if they don't get garnished first and the IRS isn't able to reclaim what they claim you owe. The way I see it is there are some people, especially expatriates, who go to live in other countries like Thailand and whatnot, where cryptocurrency is more accepted. What they'll do is they'll make their gains in cryptocurrency. Let's say they make a lot of money in cryptocurrency. They'll never cash that money out, but what they'll do is they'll spend it abroad. So if they go to other countries, they might spend a couple of thousand or whatever it is to fly there from America. But once they get to the other country, they will spend nothing but cryptocurrency. Right now, there's a growing number of places that accept cryptocurrency overseas. They accept it, but it's hit or miss, because the thing about it is some places refuse to accept it. Some places do nothing but local cash. Some countries, some areas, like for instance, if you go to the Philippines, chances are you have to spend Philippine cash. Most places don't accept credit card. If you do use a credit card, some of them look at that shit like they've never seen it before, and they try to use those machines and they have no idea what to do. But if you go to places like Thailand, yeah, it's a little bit easier. If you go to like Vietnam, Cambodia, it depends where you are. You may have trouble. Japan, you may have less trouble. China, you may have trouble. Depends where you go. Brazil, you may have trouble. Depends upon where you are. But a lot of these gurus, you'll see them going to lots of different countries and they'll be spending their cryptocurrency. And the reason why is because if they cashed it out, the U.S. government would rape them over the coals for that money that they owe the IRS. So what ends up happening is the money becomes like an economic roach motel. Your U.S. dollar cash goes in, but it's very difficult to take it out, if not impossible, because once you take it out, you're going to end up screwed for the taxes. So some people are like, oh yeah, well I don't mind. I mean, if I made $1 million on Dogecoin, I wouldn't mind the taxes, because the taxes are only going to be like, what, 30% or 20%? Even 20%, that's not a big deal. Yeah, I'll tell you what. You watch 20% of your money disappear or be threatened to be taken from you, and then you tell me how little 20% actually is. So, bottom line is, cryptocurrency, all of it is a Ponzi scheme. It's all a pyramid scheme, all of it. And that's the bottom line. Dogecoin 420 was a complete bust. A complete bust. And nothing happened. And I was shocked, because I thought we were going to the moon. I thought we were going to Pluto. I thought that I was going to retire on the Vorlon homeworld. I thought I was trying to retire on Babylon 5. We could have retired on Deep Space Nine, but nothing happened. This was supposed to be, like, you know how those Bitcoin halvings were? Nothing happened. It was like the shit stayed low until the government started allowing you to pour your money into it. Nothing happened. So I was really disappointed. Dogecoin really failed at a key moment where it was supposed to succeed. I really believe that the Redditors and all those people are going to pump this shit up. What ended up happening was, I think Dogecoin rose to like 40 cents or something. And as soon as it rose to like 43 cents, the shit crashed like almost immediately because everybody sold out. That's not the moon. What is this? 1 week? Where's the week? 1 month, 1 day. Yeah, this shit went up, and then the shit crashed. What is it, 7 days? What was this? Yeah, it went up to like, what, 44, it got up as high as 40-something cents, 42 cents. The shit fucking crashed. What happened? Where's that? I wanted to be on Babylon 5. What about Babylon 5? Why can't I be on Babylon 5? What happened? What happened? You tell me, what happened? So now, all of those fake Forex traders, all of those fake-ass YouTube gurus, all of them are going to go right underground. You're not going to hear shit from them until Bitcoin can rise back to 59 or approach 60 again. But there's no support. Obviously, at this point, you should be seeing it. There's no support for these things. That's because these are not tangible. There's no intrinsic value. There's no real support for Bitcoin at 60,000. Just like all these people, oh yeah, Bitcoin's going to 100,000 by the end of the year. Well, how many multi-billion-dollar companies can you sucker into putting money into Bitcoin to push it to $100,000? Because that's the only way it's going. It's not happening. It's just not happening. Maybe not this year. Maybe if you keep running this same bullshit for the next 3 or 4 years, maybe it'll get to 100,000 someday. But this, it's so sad. All these fake gurus and all these fake ass Forex traders, man, they're crazy. It's something else. So my thing is, I'm not gonna even front on it. If I do cryptocurrency, it's only going to be between 1 and 5% of my total investments. Stocks and real estate, specifically real estate. Real estate's my largest investment. I got 2 houses. I want one more house, and that's it. I only think I need 3 houses because that would be easy to manage. But real estate is my main investment. Stocks is my second major investment. I made a lot of money off of Tesla. In fact, I made enough money off of Tesla to buy that house. So, okay, yeah, there's people making enough money to buy houses on Bitcoin and fucking Dogecoin or whatever, but it's far and few between. You know, it's really far and few between. So my thing is, cryptocurrency will remain less than 5% of my overall investments. I do not fuck with my pension. My pension continues to grow. I leave that alone. I don't even look at that shit. In 10 years when I retire, it's going to be double what it is right now. 10 years, I'm out of this shit. I ain't got nothing more to do. I ain't got nothing more to prove to nobody. But you have to decide what kind of investor and what kind of portfolio you're going to set up for yourself. Real estate should be your number one investment. Even if you only own one house, if you're renting, you're stupid. Renters are paying somebody else's mortgage. The people who rent from me are paying my mortgage, which is paid off at this point, but now they're just putting money into my pocket. Renting is stupid. You're paying somebody else's mortgage. Your main investment in your portfolio of your life should be real estate. After that, you should have some percentage in cash because you need the liquidity. You need to have access to your money. After that comes your stocks. And after that, you can put crypto. There are some people who think they don't need stocks or cash. They only need crypto. I think those people are crazy. Now, granted, some of those people may have gotten into the Ponzi scheme early enough to make maybe millions of dollars off of other people's money. Okay, be that as it may, I really think you have to have the diversity in order to say, yeah, I want stocks, cash, and crypto in different amounts. But for me, I don't foresee cryptocurrency ever being any more than about 5% of my portfolio. Real estate is always going to be more than 50%. Savings and cash and stocks are always going to be in the 40% range or the 20% range. But I would never allow crypto to become more than 10%. It doesn't make sense. And the liquidity that I have, I don't have to worry about taking my money and using it. I don't have to worry about that. When you're in cryptocurrency, yeah, you got to worry about that. As far as I know, the IRS doesn't accept cryptocurrency to pay tax debts. And as far as I know, the IRS has never issued a check in fucking Bitcoin or Dogecoin. So as long as the U.S. government, as long as the IRS is not all that interested in making cryptocurrency legal tender, which it's not. Some people will lie and they'll be like, oh yeah, well you can pay your taxes with Bitcoin. That's not true. You're taking your Bitcoin, converting it to US dollars, and then paying your taxes. The IRS does not accept no motherfucking Bitcoin as legal tender to pay tax bills. That's a lie. Same thing goes for like DMV parking tickets. When's the last time you seen a DMV take in America, by the way? Because some of these other countries are fucked up, so they do shit their own way. You ain't never seen no DMV allow you to pay a parking ticket or a speeding ticket in no goddamn Dogecoin. It ain't gonna happen. You ain't gonna see the U.S. government issue anything where they ask you for Ripple or Tether. It's not gonna happen. In fact, they're going after Tether right now. So all I'm gonna say is be sure that you know what kind of investor you are. Don't fall for the scams. Limit your exposure. And that's the bottom line.